Wow, God bless this mother for her testimony. Evil is real.
There is nothing more precious to a mother and a father than their child, and there's nothing we wouldn't sacrifice to help them thrive. It is our God-given duty to guide them emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And as a mother, when I place my children in the temporary care of others, like at school, I don't surrender my parental rights. Soon after our 11-year-old daughter started 6th grade at East Rockford Middle School, we noticed some changes. She seemed anxious, sad, and withdrawn. We thought it might be the stress of middle school, which can be hard for kids. So we continued to encourage her, support her, and make sure that she knew how deeply she was loved. As the school year went on, she started to fall behind academically, and I began working closely with her teachers and the school counselor. We wanted to do everything that we could to ensure that she flourished at school. I wanted her to know that we are in her corner. We would help her navigate any problems she faced, and that Jesus was right beside her every single day. Throughout 7th grade, we remained in close contact with the school, and I was especially grateful for the school counselor's help, and I valued the connection that she had made with my daughter. Still struggling, my husband and I took our daughter to see a psychologist who diagnosed her with autism. We shared that very personal information with the school counselor to ensure that she received the support and accommodations that she needed to thrive. It felt like a partnership with the school. And we even met up with the counselor for ice cream with both of our daughters that following summer. So given the regular and transparent communication that Dan and I had with the school counselor, I trusted this woman wholeheartedly until everything changed. In the fall of 8th grade, a school employee sent us an academic report with notes for my daughter's past and current teachers. But oddly, some of the teachers' notes talked about a boy, or at least referred to a boy's name and used male pronouns. I assumed this was a mistake. So I emailed the school employee to see if she had inadvertently included another child's information in the report, but she didn't respond. My husband and I discovered that the school, including the counselor that we had put so much trust in, was socially transitioning our daughter and hiding it from us. We later found out that teachers and staff had been treating our daughter as a boy without our knowledge. They continued to use her real name and accurate pronouns when communicating with us. I was shocked, betrayed, and heartbroken. We met with the principal hoping that he would be as shocked as we were, but he wasn't. He said it was school district and Michigan policy to treat our little girl as a boy without telling us. Going into this meeting, Dan and I had hoped that the principal would be as concerned as we were, but we left feeling devastated and not sure what to do next. There really are no words to capture the traumatic impact of the school's action on our young daughter and our family. And in the days and weeks that followed, it was like she was emerging from a cult. Multiple times a day, she would ask us if we loved her. She had been taught to not trust us, that we wouldn't understand her, and that we wouldn't accept her, which is absolutely false. But what really broke my heart is that my sweet girl, she was led to believe that she was broken, and she is not. She was made in the image of God, and she is beautiful, intelligent, and kind. And every single day since then, it has taken an unwavering effort to rebuild her fractured confidence in herself and to restore her shattered trust in us, her family, her protectors. We've dedicated ourselves to showing her that she is valued, she is safe, and she is loved. And we are slowly mending the threads of her self-worth and the bonds that were so carelessly broken. Witnessing the devastating harm that our daughter suffered drove my husband and I, with the help of Alliance Defending Freedom, to file a lawsuit against Rockford Public School District. We asked ourselves, how could we ever face another parent, look them in the eyes, knowing that their child, like ours, might be undergoing a life-altering transition without their knowledge or consent, and we had remained silent? We knew that we had to take a stand to protect not only our daughter, but other children and other families as well. And as a very private person, I was intimidated at first, but our Almighty God has given me the courage and the strength to take a public stand and hold that school accountable for nearly shattering my daughter's life. And no school district has the right to make life-altering decisions for a child without talking to their parents. Let alone concealing those decisions from us, ever, under no circumstances. So today, I am honored to be here, and I thank the Commission and to President Trump for the opportunity to share our family's story with you, and I pray that it will help ensure that no other families suffer.
That's insane. Now, please listen to this report.
Dan and Jennifer Mead are suing the Rockford Public School District in Michigan. They claim district employees began treating the couple's middle school daughter as a boy without their knowledge or consent and took steps to conceal these actions from those parents.
Dan Mead and Jennifer Mead, the students' parents, joining us live now. We appreciate that and tell that story. And Kate Anderson, senior counsel for the Alliance Defending Freedom, representing the Mead family. Thank you to all three of you for coming on. And again, sharing stories like this that we read about. We don't often get to hear from the parents. Today we do. Dan, can I start with you? Would you mind telling us what happened with your daughter with the school?
So we were working with the school to best help her academically in regards to her autism because of documents that school officials had accidentally not altered. It came to our attention that the school is in the process of transitioning our daughter within the school from being a girl to a boy, using both boy's name as well as male pronouns.
On the school side, the school allegedly has a policy of not disclosing a student's LGBTQ status to their parents if the student has not, quote, come out to them yet, protecting the student's privacy, their ability to come out as their parents when and how they see fit. This is all according to, again, the guidance from Michigan's Board of Education, quote here. When requested by a student, school staff should engage in reasonable and good faith efforts to address students by their chosen name and pronouns that correspond to their gender identity. And when students have not come out to their parent or parents, a disclosure to parent or parents should be carefully considered, unquote. That's just a pull there. The superintendent of the district has not commented yet, but there's the guidance from the Board of Education in Michigan. Jennifer, as a mom, you read that, what goes through your mind?
That's a voluntary policy that they've put into force. And it really upsets me because we've been working so closely with the school counselor, with the staff, trying to work together. And so I look at this policy and I think, how can this even be? It is hurting children. It's hurt my daughter. It's hurt our family. I don't understand how something like this could even be enforced in our public schools today.
All right, let me welcome in Kate, because From the way that you both have described this situation to us, it seems as though there should be some sort of accountability going on. And Kate, I understand filing the lawsuit here alleging the school violated the Parents' First and 14th Amendments. You're quoted as saying parents, not the government, have the right to direct the upbringing, education, and health care of their children. Tell us more about the Meads case.
Well, the school's policy hurts kids. Parents have the responsibility and therefore the right to direct their kids' upbringing and education. And this is important. Kids struggling with something especially as difficult as gender identity need their parents coming alongside them. And a policy that's like the one that's in force in Rockford robs those students of their parents helping them along the way. Every parent should be concerned if the school is going to hide information from them. And we're talking about a school district that was actively erasing the male name off of documents, replacing it with their daughter's female name, and then giving those documents to their parents. They were actively hiding this information, and that should be concerning, and they should be held accountable.
Dan and Jennifer, I go back to the Meads on this. Either one of you, just close this out for us. How's your daughter today? Is in her looking back? Can you speak for her in this moment, or as a family looking back at this incident in the school that's being alleged? How is she?
Yeah, she's doing great. It's like she's a different child, but we're in the process of healing, helping her heal, and as a family healing. It's been a long road, but we are getting there. But to see her happy and to see her finding joy and to see the anxiety being reduced with her being in our home, and just we're just speaking truth to our daughter, and it's come a long way.
That's great to hear that things have turned around, although you had to go through this, and we're going to wait and see how this lawsuit ultimately prevails. Dan and Jennifer, thank you very much. Kate Anderson, appreciate you joining us as well.
Thank you.
Okay, so just in case you're wondering, we're talking about Rockford Public School District. And in my humble opinion, every school teachers that was involved in this insanity should be fired. They should never be allowed to teach again. But that's me. You let me know what you think about this in the comment section. God bless you and your family, and God bless these parents for protecting and standing up for their daughter. Catch you on the next one.